So today I have with me a blouse that the sleeves are supposed to look like this with elastic in the sleeves, but instead they look like this. So before I go any further, just want to remind you that likes and subscribes to help me grow my channel. So if you do like having all of these sewing tips at your fingertips, oh, I totally rhymed there for a second. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow along, and drop me a comment for other alterations or mending that you might like to know about. So here is the broken cuff, so to speak, and as you notice, there's actually a couple of rows of stitching. So this outer row is what's creating. Let me look at the other sleeve. The little ruffle at the edge. So you know that the elastic on this cuff is in that second pocket, not in the first one, not up here. So the elastic's in here. So we want to pop that open so that we can access it. And again, just making friends with that seam ripper and opening up that seam. And alterations is a little bit like mystery hunting, so to speak, looking for the clues. Well, where am I going to solve my problem? So right here, I actually have the elastic. So it is in there, and I actually wonder if the problem is not that the elastic's worn out, because it seems like it's really in good shape, but that it came out of the seam on the other side. One of the ways that I could do that is just go ahead and pull it out and then feed it in using a safety pin. What I'm also going to do is pop out the other side of the sleeve. There we go. So that now I have a hole to open up for that elastic. Take that. So I just use a safety pin, attach it, and feed it through. And this is very similar to elastics and waistbands. I'm just feeding that through like this. Oh no, it came out of my safety pin, so I'm going to have to redo that again for a second. Pull it back out. Well, let's see, maybe it's that this elastic is a little raw at the ends. It definitely is. So maybe before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and take some thread and stitch that up. So now I have a needle threaded and ready. I'm just trying to, this elastic really is frayed over here. Pull it together a little bit. Now I used a nylon thread for this, which is just something I have on hand because it's a little bit stronger than my everyday all-purpose thread. Okay. So now I'm going to cut that and try my safety pin again to feed that through. So we're just going to feed it through like this. Okay, so all the way through, I want to just compare that to how the other sleeve is. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. But now, of course, you probably have the question, so we have to secure this end of the elastic into the side seam over here, or at some point in there. So I'm going to pin my safety pin. And now I want regular all-purpose black thread. And I'm just kind of shoving that elastic back in the pocket where it should go, pinning it down again to secure it. And now I'm going to concentrate for a second on stitching it in. And I'm actually going to, I think, use the machine for this. I wasn't sure, but I decided that it would be easier. So if you look at the seam, so I'm just going to stitch a little bit further over, and that's not really going to show on the outside, but that will secure really well into that seam. So here at the machine, I'm just going to put the foot down because I have to turn it on. And because this is my industrial machine, it takes a second for the motor to warm up. We're just going to stitch across there and then turn and pivot this way. And because we opened up the seam of the pocket, I just go right back over that. So it'll create another top stitch, which is what was on the outside anyway. So that's perfectly fine. Oops, and it does look like I ran out of bobbin thread, or my bobbin got tangled. So it didn't catch in there. Let's see if it caught in any of them. Oh, it did catch that seam, but it didn't turn the corner. So I want to redo that for a second. See, here's my bobbin. Oh, completely empty. So let me put a new bobbin in. And I typically, for black and white thread, have bobbins already wound. So here's my bobbin. Put into my bobbin case down. And then it goes from the bottom side. And I just pull it up. Pull the thread up. And got my extra threads out of the way. And there we are. We should be good to go. Okay, and we're all set. So now you see that here is the new and the old. So they look perfectly good. I'm going to go ahead and continue to trim out the threads, and it's good as new.
Thank you for watching. You can shop tutorials and classes on my website, naomifeda.net. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, may God sow his love into your heart today.